Hi there, I'm super excited for you. You got your makeup, now what do? So if you got a starter pack, it doesn't really matter what one you went with, a 4, 8, a 12, a 18, but you should have your 3D brush, your compact, and your shades. So you'll have your contour shade, your highlight shade, your main shade, and a lip and cheek color. That is just a basic to start with. If you got the additional layers, then you'll just have a bronzer added into that, and we'll get to that step once we go through these first, and then you'll just have more lip and cheeks and illuminator. So let's get started. So first, this is my favorite brush. Besides this brush, I would think probably the blush and bronzer I would tell you to go ahead and grab when you get a bronzer also, but it's really good for applying makeup, a little flawless cover, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm going to get off track. Let's talk about what you got with your makeup. So we're going to start, there's a lot of ways to do this, but what I found that works easiest is just getting the wide side and going in first with highlight. So your lightest color will be your concealer brightener shade. So I'm just going to tap like twice where there's just a little. You do not need a lot of product. And you're just going to dab the areas where you would want a little bit of highlight. And you just dab, and then we go back and we'll blend them in, so don't worry. And then we're going to flip it to the pointer side. This is what I love most about this. Back in that highlight shade, the lightest color, and you're just going to dab just on the inner parts of your eyes. You can take it down to center of your nose. That's pretty much it. We can always add if we need to. So then we're going to go, since we have that on there, we're going to flip back to the bigger side, and we're going to go in your darkest shade. So just tap, like 2-3 little taps, and then you're just going to want to put it right on your cheekbone, not under. You don't want to go under. If you feel right here, you'll feel your cheekbone. You just want to go ahead and put it just on there, just like that. Really simple. The same tap back in and the same on top. Now you can place them like we're doing, or as you place them, sometimes I do that also, I'll just blend them in. That way you kind of know where you put that. It's really simple. See, they just really melt right in your skin, nothing drastic. And then I'll just take that right along here. And it's really fast and simple. Don't feel overwhelmed. I know you probably do. It's really easy once you know your placement. So the whole point of this is not putting the whole layer of foundation and then making a layer on top of everything. These colors make up our full face of foundation. And then you could just go on the sides of your nose. Just kind of dab. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's all personal preference on where you want to do a little extra contour, but that's pretty much it. It's just here, here, here. Sometimes I'll pinch, well, I'll get the pointy side and I'll just kind of just go on the bottom just to make a fuller lip appearance, but that's pretty much it. I'm just going to wipe that off. And then this is like the part where everything comes together, where you're like, wait, that looks really too light on my face. I don't like it. It don't look right. Okay, then we're going to go and we're going to tap into your main shade, which will be your darkest foundation shade. So you'll have the darker one and the lighter one. So that is your brightener. That would be your like main foundation color. So we're just going to tap in, and then we're just going to blend while we're going, and we just want to like do the tappy motions. You don't want to drag too much. I mean, you could put it on and then like kind of just swipe it and then kind of blend it, but it's easy if you just kind of just tap it on. It melts in seamlessly. Going so like that. And then you just want to do that. Basically, this goes everywhere we did not place color. So that would be under our eye area, right in here area, and all along like our jawline, beard area. And then we just want to put that. Sides of our nose. Just blend it in. I go over my eyelids to give a natural base if you're going to do shadow or not, and it kind of just conceals if you have a little discoloration. And then you go right up here, and then you'll kind of just melt those colors together, like right on top of your eyebrows, and you can see this one brush basically does everything. Okay, so now we're just going to go back to our contour and just blend it up. You just want to kind of like flick, like kind of like that. Don't drag it down. So that's pretty much it. It's really, really simple. You're blended in. Don't forget your jawline. Sometimes I do. And then just look, get it all blended, and just kind of like when we tap and don't drag too much, it'll blend it in the spot we need. Does that make sense? Instead of like going like this, and we're going to move that highlight over there and there. So it's kind of just the tapping motions. So your face is pretty much done. I mean, it was that simple. It's so simple. So now if you want to do a little bit more brightening, since we have it all blended together, you just go back in your lighter shade. This is kind of like, you know, when we want to do the concealer and kind of just brighten under our eyes. It's the same method as that. Just take that back, dab, and just do a little bit of blending in the same way. What if you want to highlight your nose back up? This sometimes I'll go back and I'll do the contour shade, and I'll just lightly go on the side of my nose, and you can see it there, and then I'll just blend it, and then I'll just come down and kind of just dab it like so. But that's pretty much it. Our face is done. As you can see, really simple, really easy. And if you also want to do the method where you start with your foundation first, your main face shade, you would just apply it just here, 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 all here. Just leave that part empty, and that's it. And if you want to do a little bit, like this is what's cool, is if you want to add a little bit more contour, you can always just tap back in right here, and that looks really dark, but it blends right into your skin. So it's like foolproof. You cannot mess up this foundation method at all because everything melts in. And I'm going to show you, if you go a little too much here, too low here, you just flip that around, go back into your main color, and that's it. And then it just takes it away, and then you're fixed. Really fast, simple. I can't stress that enough for you guys. Okay, so that's this. So then we're gonna go in our blush shade, our lip and cheek, whatever color you got. And then we're just gonna tap right on top of that, right here, and then kind of go up. So when we pull it here, it pulls our face up. Sometimes when we put the blush here, it ends up sagging a little bit. So this just kind of gives you the more lifted look, but it's preference wherever you like your blush. You're just applying, and sometimes I'll just kind of go lightly, just right there, kind of in the middle, just right over it, just to kind of tie it in. I'll go here. But your face is like done. And like, I've been doing this for like 9 minutes, and without talking, I was done. I was watching. It was like at 7 minutes, and that's talking and me teaching you how to do this. When you do it yourself, you watch me all the time. It's literally like 3 minutes or less. And then you can use that, or you can just dab your finger if you don't have the brush. Really easy. Nothing crazy with lips, you know. The shade I have in here is Maui. So it's really light. Really, really light and simple. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about, it doesn't come in your palette unless you got a bigger one and you built it, but it's vanilla dust. You don't have to get this. Any setting powder will work. I like to set just a little around my nose, so I'm going to just tap into this and just makes it so it just stays in place all day. This is extra add-on. It's not a necessity because I'm sure you have setting powders. And then just kind of set where you want to set. And I usually take it and go over my eyes. That way it's set. It won't get oily if I'm going to do shadow or not. And then that's pretty much it for that. Now, if you did get the step above, and then you probably got a bronzer. So this one here is Tan Lines. There's Bella. It looks really scary. It's not. It is the most universal bronzer that we do have. I'm gonna show you, even if you got this with this brush, you can use this also. This is like an all-in-one brush. Just lightly tap, and then you're just gonna lightly kind of just swoop that in, and then you can kind of just dab it around. I like to go over, and it just kind of warms up the skin a little bit up top. It kind of just ties everything together into your nose. That's pretty much it. I really love Tan Lines. It is like a bronzy, kind of like golden. So I'm going to take the blush and bronzer brush, because we do have this in a, you get the brush and you can pick whatever bronzer you want to get on the website. So it is a set instead of buying them separately. So I would take the small side and then just dip and then just go right across. Right across. It's really subtle. Like I said, we don't want, you know, to look brown, but it just adds a little bit of glowy to our skin. And then that's pretty much it. We are done. So I'm super excited for you with this. If you have questions, text me, message me, DM me on Instagram, or if you have my number. And can you see, it's just really pretty, really healthy, nothing settling in our lines as we age. It is like makeup, like skin. It moves with our face. It's just the best thing, and the more you use it, the more you're gonna love it and find different techniques that work for you. Trying to get you some good natural light. My room has none in here, sorry, but you can see, really pretty. You guys are gonna love every minute of it. So again, have fun, play around, do not get overwhelmed. You will get the hang of it. Once you get your routine down where your colors go where and apply it, 3 minutes, you'll be out the door, mama, ready to face whatever your day holds. So have a blessed day and have fun, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.